Hello and welcome to another Purveyor of Light Photoshop Quick Tip. Today we're going to show you how to do the matte effect. It's very popular in social medias and that, and it's such an easy effect to do in Photoshop. I'm going to show you how to do it 3 different ways. And so this way, whatever you're comfortable with, you can choose that method. But they're all extremely easy to do, take no effort whatsoever. All right, so we got this photo here, and I want to apply the matte effect. All right, so my first choice is going to be a exposure adjustment layer. Okay, and now with that, we're not going to mess with the exposure at all. Actually, we're going to work with the offset and the gamma correction. Okay, now the offset actually increases in the shadow, the brightness in the shadows, and takes away detail in the shadows. The gamma correction is going to delete details in the dark areas and also make the dark areas darker. And I'll show you how easy this works. But it's so easy. When you look at it, you're going to go, wow. All right, so we're going to move the offset over to the right. And you see how we're fading the image. How far you go, that's entirely up to your taste, what you want to achieve. All right, so I'm going to say that's about right there. And now I'm going to take the gamma correction. And again, the gamma is going to delete the details in the dark areas. Okay, and make the image darker. So I can just come in and drag this to the right. And again, there's no wrong or right. It's just my taste. Okay. So there we go. We now have our matte image. Okay. I'll turn that on. There's before and there's the after. I told you it was easy. Okay. And that's as easy as it gets to make the matte effect to an image. All right. But I promised you I was going to do 3 different ways to do it. All right. So we're going to throw away the exposure, and we're going to start over, and we're going to do it a different way. This time we're going to do it with a levels adjustment. So I'm going to come up to a levels, put another levels in, and for those of you not familiar with the levels, the left hand is the darks, the right hand is the lights or whites, highlights, and these triangles that are underneath, this top row is your input and your bottom row is the output. And if you look at it and you read it as it stands right now, 0 input and 255, it's the full range. But if I turn around and I drag it over, okay, you'll see that it's removing 12 layers of black. Okay. So we're lightening the image. So we're throwing away all of that information. Okay. So that's what the sliders are for. Think of it as input and output. All right. And of course, if you're not familiar with the numbers 0 and 55, 0 is black, 255 is white. Okay. So here we go. To do a faded matte effect on this image using levels, we are just going to take away from the shadows. The shadows are on the left side, and we're going to take away. We could darken them a little bit, and then we're just going to mainly, again, take the output slider until we get the matte effect that we wish. Okay? And we just adjust it to our taste. And then we can work with the mid slider to do any fine adjustments how we want. But again, here's the before and the after. That's how easy it is to do it with levels. Okay? So I'm going to throw this layer away and show you the third and final way. Throw that away. And now we're going to do it with curves. So I'm going to open up a curves adjustment layer. And again, same thing, same principle, okay, is you're seeing the histogram of this image here. So on the left is your shadows. All the way to the right is your highlights or whites. What do I want to adjust? Well, I want to adjust the darks, right? I want to lighten them up a little bit. I can do that by taking and raising the black point up. Okay, how much you do, that's entirely up to your taste. I'm going to go about midway. Okay? I mean, how easy is that? Okay? And you come in with curves and you can put more points on the line and you can adjust however you like. But that's as easy as it gets. So there you go. 3 completely different ways to do the matte effect. So whichever control you're comfortable with. Some people like curves, some people like levels, some like the exposure adjustment. Whichever you prefer, there's no wrong way. And that's one of the things I love about Photoshop is there's 62 different ways to do the same thing. So, all right, guys, till next week, you guys take care.